What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Seth and we are back again for another Trove. Today we're hanging out on the PTS server and we're gonna be taking a look at the different elemental portals because everybody keeps requesting it, and Mantle of Power is actually coming out tomorrow, everybody, so it's very, very exciting, and I want to show you all what you're in store for, at least for those that ended up pre-ordering and paying money. So when we go into the water world, it actually generates a huge, gigantic water, like it's pretty much treasure isles, like a normal U6 world, except 10 times over. So there's water like everywhere. The spawn point is actually a radiant ship of sorts, which is very, very cool. And as you can kind of see on the map, it's a little difficult to tell, but hey, aren't those biomes all the wrong color? That's because these are all different, different types of biomes. Like you can see right here, we've actually got a highlands biome generated in an ocean. So of course you just see a normal biome generation, and then at the bottom it just has a beach generation to it. I don't think we're gonna end up running into any of the new portals. However, there are new portals in U6 and U7 and up, but I don't think there's that many, and there may end up being a whole bunch more tomorrow when Mantle of Power actually comes onto the live server. But this is pretty much what you can expect from this. Is just full of oceans, and I actually really like the generation, but in all honesty, like seriously, it's pretty much like a normal adventure world, just with a lot more water. And I'm actually noticing just how obvious it is with the beaches generating with the biomes and stuff. It's still very cool though. I very much like it. Of course, it's got good new music. Well, does it have new music? I don't know. I don't have my headphones on or anything like that. And that's already the water, everybody. Another thing too that I want to say before we go into the next portal here, which is going to be the Skylands, which is just it's like Radiant Skylands, but it's cursed undead biome and stuff like that, is that tomorrow I'm actually going to have like a kind of big marathon. Like there's not going to be a normal Trove episode or anything like that. Instead, there's actually going to be every single class gem video for all the different classes and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping everybody's gonna enjoy those, and I'm gonna show you like what is like kind of optimal play style for each of the classes. It's a little bit of a tutorial, kind of an updated one of all the classes, but mostly it's just focusing on the gem ability itself. So as you can see right here, nothing really that fancy right now, is it? It's just a normal undead biome. What are you talking about, Scoochie Poochie? And also it seems to have highlands as well, so rip me. But you can actually run into some sky giants that will actually generate around the area. Over here you can actually see that it's just normal Skyland terrain generation. I think personally these portals should have actually just replaced the sky portals, because you can actually get normal adventure dungeons, as well as we seem to have gotten terrible generation here, but you can also end up getting like the dungeons that normally give like shards and stuff like that. So it's very cool. Seems like this is actually just a cornerstone biome generation. So yeah, we got terrible biome generation here, but either way, normally it's like more scattered, more islands and stuff like that. And they actually have random jet streams that you'll see just kind of coming from the bottom of the map. That's kind of how you get back up, because in some cases, this is a little bit better, this looks cooler. In some cases, you will actually end up having like, there might be a dungeon just floating in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if they've fixed that by now, but either way, like see under there, like that's a cornerstone, you can tell. And then this is pretty much our only way of getting back up, because there's not as much water around this type of biome generation as there is in the normal Skylands. That was very weird. Did anybody else see what's underneath that dungeon? That was kind of cool. Then next we've got the fire world. Of course, what all of these elemental worlds are for is as you end up completing dungeons, you're gonna end up getting elemental gem boxes and stuff like that. And if you end up going into normal portals, now there is a small % chance that you will get a random shadow gem box, which would just have any type of elemental gem, and key fragments for the Shadow Coliseum, or not the Shadow Coliseum, for the Shadow Tower. And what you'll end up using those keys on is when you go through the Shadow Tower now, it costs Flux to open the Shadow Tower, and once you actually get all the way to the end, beat the boss, there's gonna be a special chest at the end that you're gonna instead use your Shadow Key, Moon Key, or Eclipse Key for Ultra Mode, and you're gonna end up getting like some crazy loot. You pretty much get like 8 different items on the ground that can end up being very, very cool. And here's the lava world, which is very, very cool. One of my favorite out of them. It's pretty much the same generation as the ocean. However, as you can see, it's all lava and it's just nuts. So you're gonna want to get your hands on either, I think it's a Luri, right? Is he the bird that walks on lava? No, Kabiri. Okay, so Kabiri is the mount that will actually he doesn't take lava damage. Does he? Okay, we're still taking damage, but yeah, you can walk over lava with him. He's from the Trove of Wonder. You can get him from the market for fairly easy, or you want to use the SS Draconic boat because, where is that? Because this one is actually immune to lava as well. There is also, just in case you can't get either of those ones, mates, there's a couple extra boats also over here at the hub that you can go over there and craft. It's like a mini Draconis and another small Draconic ship. Either way, they're very, very easy to craft. You just end up needing to do a little bit of fishing just to get yourself some enchanted scales. And then finally, last but not least, I really wish that they would fix the VFX of this portal so it wasn't sideways, right? There is the Everdark. And of course, this, I've gone into more detail about the Everdark with my Clash Gem tutorials and stuff like that, so you can check those out. But otherwise, this is pretty much just a world solely dedicated to finding Shadow Colosseums. There's no enemies. There's rivers of spikes, which is very, very neat. There is also, you can't really find them that often. I think that's what that is right there. Yeah. Exploding barrels, pretty much. They're pretty much like bombs. I mean, look at them. That's like so cool. And they can actually damage the player quite a bit if you're like point blank with them. It's kind of like a Draconis bomb. I would really love to see them implement that into some of the other dungeons and maybe even make it so that it hurts enemies. That would be fantastic. But otherwise, yeah, the biggest thing that you're doing in the Everdark is you're pretty much only going to be farming these giant Shadow Colosseums, which are cool, but they do have a little bit of problems. Like, they only ever have one entrance, which we were lucky enough to find on this side, as opposed to, I think they should actually have 4 entrances on all 4 sides, because otherwise, if this was blocked off, you'll see most players end up like scurrying up to the top, jumping on in, and I mean, that's no fun. And then also, if this dungeon ends up generating a little bit underground, once you're inside, there's nothing to actually jump onto and hang out on. So if the entrance is blocked with all the dirt and stuff like that, like, you actually can't. Oh? Ah, okay, so you can mine all of this area, you can't mine the dungeon terrain and ground. It's not the dungeon terrain, it's more you can't mine in a very specific proximity. I think it's mostly to prevent placing blocks so that you could just essentially pillar up and have it so that the enemies can't do anything. But of course, these Colosseums have ended up getting quite a few nerfs anyways. But either way, that's already it, everybody. I just wanted to show you all these portals because lots of people have been requesting them, and I figured that I would have it come out a day before Mantle of Power, just so that you can end up getting hyped about it. Now, for those that are not paying their way into Mantle of Power with any of the pre-order packs, you're gonna be able to mess with all of this stuff next week, with next week's patch on Tuesday on the 26th. As for right now, tomorrow there's going to be a ton of different gem class ability videos and stuff like that. And then also, I'm sorry to say I can't say when specifically, but I do want to do probably one of the longest streams that I've ever done. So you can always just go to twitch.tv/ScythePlays, and I'm going to try and stream as long as I can because I'm going to be doing lots and lots of grinding. But, of course, YouTube is still my priority over streaming, so I'm going to, you know, get the Mantle of Power patch video, which I'm sure is going to take a long time, and then I gotta get that edited, rendered, and uploaded, which is going to take a couple hours, because I gotta have it uploaded, I gotta have it all ready to go and out of the way so that I can focus on streaming, and I can't stream while I'm uploading because the lag is real, you know? But I do want to end up doing a long stream, and actually I've got a lot of different of those streamer box codes that I want to get rid of them all, because as you all know, like, I haven't really streamed in a couple weeks. I've just been so busy with all this Mantle of Power stuff and getting new tutorials and kind of learning it all and kind of gaining experience for myself so that I could kind of clue you all in on everything. But either way, now I'm just rambling about stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate it. Do not forget to Hadouken the like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.